sensation the body recalls what the mind buried. Letting off flow with no filters and no master carry.
Can we talk? A safe space you can share your thoughts. No pressure, just let down your guard. Let's talk it out, don't hold it in, just let it out. We all need release, it's what it's all about.
Get your mind, body, and soul ready for therapeutic sessions. So
can we talk?
Welcome to Blue Notes and Body Talk. I'm Lady Blue. I hope you all enjoyed last week's episode, but today we're going to be talking about something that's kind of near and dear. We're going to be talking about the mirror, don't even lie. And today I have a special guest. And if you all are joining us that's local, you all probably have heard his voice on the radio. You've probably seen him out on the nightlife, but I'm not going to hold him. I'm going to let him do his own introduction. So, go ahead and give the viewers an introduction of who you are.
How you doing, everybody? I appreciate you having me. I am Nick Gaucher, but you might know me as Nick the Kid. For those, but yeah, I'm happy to be here. Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, because we all know that today is going to be about him being behind the mic today, not him asking all the questions because he's in the seat to get all the questions asked to today.
It's cool. Though.
So, my first question for you today, you got to excuse me, I did not write everything down. I got everything on my laptop today. So, when did you kind of realize that people were putting value on you, like measuring your worth? Was it when you became the radio host? Was it, during childhood, high school, adolescence? Like, when was that for you?
I think it started a little bit in school. Mm-hmm. I probably didn't notice it as much then.
Okay.
As I do now. My mom was a teacher as well.
Okay.
She taught first grade, but she was well known in the entire school system. And of course, because she was a teacher in the same schools as I went to, a lot of my classmates knew her as well.
Okay.
And so it was almost, it's always, that's Miss Gaucher's son right there. That's Miss Gaucher's son. So you were expected to, perform a certain way. You were expected to act a certain way.
Right.
And people, because of that, people will value you in certain aspects. You know what I'm saying? They will align themselves with you, thinking that they can get something out of it, whether it's just, a couple good grades on the test or, you know what I'm saying, special treatment, however that went. But I think that was the, when it comes to high school, that was the most I can say. But of course, stepping into an occupation where it's quote unquote all eyes on you, and people feel like you're in a position to help them in bigger ways than you probably can because they're just not informed or understand exactly in what position you are. So definitely when I got into broadcasting, music in general, I will say, because I was producing and writing before radio.
Right.
And so I think that was starting me in radio, just kind of elevated that even more.
Right. So the difference between, in school and now, do you feel like it's more pressure, or do you feel like, you can kind of handle it versus when you first noticed it?
In school, definitely it was harder then because, you're a kid. You just don't have the social skills to necessarily deal with that. Of course, peer pressure as a child is crazy, but now it's easy to deal with because I'm firmly at work. No. So
you good at saying no now?
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Okay. So what labels have people tried to kind of stick on you? As of, I'm going to say now, since you're in the radio industry, what kind of labels have you heard or known that people to try to stick on you?
For the most part, because I'm very upfront with people. Mm-hmm. And so if I can do a thing, then I'll let you know that I can do it. If I can't do a thing, I'll let you know that I can. And so me being straightforward kind of, for the most part, it takes away those negative stigmas of people, getting upset and stuff like that. For the most part, some people, if you tell them no, you can't do something, in their mind, yes, you can. You just don't want to.
Right. It's like you just don't want to do it.
Right. So of course, most of the time, it's a disgruntled artist who wants their song played on the radio, and or I know you know some label people. Can you get it to them? And it's like, yeah, but no, I can't, because you still got, it's things you got to do in order for me to even feel comfortable enough to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So being honest is definitely, well, some people will appreciate it, and then other people, of course, will label you, the uppity and full of yourself and all of that. It's like, it's not even like that.
Right. You still, at the end of the day, you still got a job to do. Yeah. So working in radio, your voice carries weight in the community. Do you feel like people only see the on-air personality, Nick, and forget the man behind it? What do you sense your worth is when it comes to that?
I definitely think they see the radio personality, the voice.
Right.
My people who are closest to me, like my friends, my family, they see, of course. But people outside of that, just in the community in general, I don't think they see it. But also, that's kind of by design. I don't put a whole lot of my personal out there. So
right.
That's all they really get, is what they hear on the radios every day. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what some people only value me for, then I'm not mad at it, because I haven't given you a chance to see or value anything else.
That's true. So do you feel like people, like when they see you out, do you feel like they know you only because they hear you in the mornings when you're on the radio? Like, is it even like genuine, like you, or are you like, you don't even know me, you just hear me in the morning? So how is that?
Oh yeah, you definitely get that. Some people have literally known me about 150 pounds ago when I was modeling.
Right. Oh, modeling. Okay, we'll have to get into that.
Yeah, they know me from back then.
Right.
So those people know me on a deeper level. Now you have some people who may have seen me in passing over the years, never said anything until it was in a situation the radio was involved and we might have spoke. And those are the people who will see you at one event, y'all will have a conversation, and they say, "What's up, big bro? I don't know you like that. We cool. No, no offense, but I don't know you like that." You know what I mean? So they, it just comes with it. It comes with it.
So, but how does that make you feel when people do that?
I don't take it personally.
Okay.
I don't take it personally. In this industry, you have to form relationships. They're important. And some people know how to do that organically. Some people don't. Some people try to force it.
Right.
And so those people who try to force it, I don't fault them for it. It's that nobody ever taught them.
Right.
They're literally out here learning things on their own, learning as they go. And so when people do that, I don't, I'm not mean to them, or I don't find offense to it. Like, he's just trying to use me, even though they probably are.
Right.
They don't understand the organic process of forming relationships and networking. So I don't take offense to it.
Well, do you ever try to kind of like take them under your wing or try to guide them when they are trying to force something that doesn't need to be forced?
I won't say no. Most of the time, no.
Okay.
Most of the time, no. And mostly because they don't necessarily ask.
Okay.
I've had great conversations with people to where I've been able to kind of point them in a different direction, be able to show them where they could do things differently. And if they were to come back and ask me questions, I'm okay with it. But just taking somebody under my wing, me personally, I don't want that responsibility. but I'm always open to questions.
So you don't want to be
anybody.
Big Brother Nick the Kid? No. Okay.
I gotta be daddy. That's enough. That's enough. I gotta be dad. So, I'm a little in my circle. I'm a little brother. So, I like being a little bro. I like, hey man, I got a question. I like doing that. I'm not used to nobody outside my son. Like, hey, can you give me advice? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out just like you.
So if you had to look back at younger you, before the radio, before the public spotlight, how would you measure your worth?
Man, young Nick, full of potential, full of energy, full of dumb ideas,
Okay.
full of crash out energy.
Crash out energy. I'm gonna have to use that one. Crash out energy.
Energy in all aspects. Worth, I was willing to learn.
Okay.
Always willing to learn, especially when it came to me, stuff like that. So my worth was high. It was just I needed a certain type of guidance in order to channel that, But yeah, my worth was definitely high, and it manifested throughout the years. Just shout out to especially my shout out to Uncle Gotti. Uncle Gotti was the one who he understood the type of guidance I needed. He understood the type of guidance I needed. Didn't always sound like, hey, maybe you need to, sometimes, hey, boy, if you don't get your, but he understood the line of, I gotta grab this boy and then, come on, nephew, let's walk outside, let's have a talk, let's sit out and talk. And
so he was that big brother you don't want to be.
Yeah, not at this point. You know what I'm saying? Not at this point.
A few more years.
Give me a few more years.
Okay.
When I hit my 40s, we can talk.
Okay, so now with you saying that, what has shifted? What has changed? Like, what do you see now?
Now, I see honestly the same thing. It's just it's packaged a lot different.
Okay.
There's a lot more maturity, a lot more emotional intelligence, willing to learn, and even if I think I know it, I'm willing to act like I don't. I'm willing to act like I don't know nothing. If somebody's able to say, hey, let me teach you how to write a song.
Okay.
I've wrote plenty of songs. But if I see that you are, top of the line at what you do, I'm going to sit there and act like I don't know nothing.
So you can kind of absorb that.
I'm gonna absorb
everything.
Everything.
Okay.
Everything. So.
That's a note that we probably all should take from. Even if you know it and you feel like you can get something out of it, someone's trying to teach you something, absorb it in, take it in. Yeah. That's some good advice right there. And I'm glad you gave us that unfiltered mirror.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. So I want to kind of move into like the social spiritual mirror now, if that's good with you. So being on the mic is one of the things that you do for a living now. And, that kind of holds a different mirror from your modeling career, being a dad and being a son and, boyfriend and all that good stuff. So working in the radio, imagine, I don't want to say that. I don't know if I want to say it like that. Do you ever feel like society tries to measure your worth by how popular you are or how many people recognize your voice instead of who you really are?
Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's the business of radio. Honestly, is that determines whether you get the next job in the higher market.
Okay.
You know, how many? Because your resume is your social media.
Okay.
How many followers do you have? You know what I mean? How recognizable are you? How recognizable is your voice? So, and that's just the business of radio. That's what sometimes you will get that break of where they say, "Hey, you're just a great personality. We'll worry about branding you later. We just like your voice, we like your energy." That's not the case in most cases, no. But yeah, society definitely will place value on how many people know you, how many people recognize your voice, because it's all about metrics and numbers and stuff like that. How many people can you bring to our airwaves?
Right.
The more people you bring to our airwaves, the more valuable we are as a company, the more we can charge people for advertising.
So do you feel like that kind of shifts on who you are as Nick instead of Nick the kid, the personalities?
It doesn't change me personally. It may change my mood at times.
Okay. Let's get into that. What do you mean by it changes your mood?
So, a few years ago, I did an interview at a station in Birmingham, and basically the interview was doing the show for the weekend.
Okay.
With that particular slot. So I did that, and ended up not getting the job. The guy who did get the job, we ended up actually being pretty cool. It frustrated me. It didn't change who I was as a person.
Right.
Because the person I am is all right, cool. We're gonna move on for the next opportunity, or maybe another opportunity comes up in that particular spot. I'll be on the lookout. But either way, I'm not quitting.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna give it up. And that's just the person I am. I don't give up easily. But I will get frustrated.
You will get frustrated.
I will
Okay.
get frustrated. And sometimes you will get down. You know what I mean? You will get discouraged sometimes. That's just human nature. But, most of the time I'm able to get myself out of that. And then I got good people around me too.
Right.
I got great people around me who always keep me encouraged, keep me upbeat, keep me uplifted. So, change me as a person, no. But yeah, it will affect you sometimes.
Okay. Has there ever been a moment where, and maybe this will be for the beginning when you first started out with radio, did you kind of like get the big head? Because now I'm on the radio, people recognize me, people know who I am, and like, did that part of it ever get to you?
For like 2.5 seconds.
Okay.
Like 2.5 seconds. I will say that. For other people to recognize who you are and you not know them, like, from you never seen them a day in your life. But for them to recognize who you are and to say, hey, I listen to you every day and stuff like that, it went from kind of giving me the big head to, kind of having the talk to myself like, hey, relax.
Right.
Relax. Now those instances are humbling.
Okay.
Because it's like you trust me, you take the time out of your day to listen to me. And I'm able to provide a source of entertainment. I'm able to help you forget about something that may have happened that day or the day before or whatever on your ride home. You might just need that little bit of just, distraction or whatever, calming, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Just to kind of get over that day and to decompress and to get ready for whatever you may be walking to at home, whether you have the kids or whatever it may be. But it's humbling now more than anything. But I ain't gonna lie and say I ain't getting a big head for just a little bit.
You mentioned that you got humbled. So when was that moment and what did it look like for you?
Definitely when I went and interviewed for that job. Because in my head I'm like, I got this.
Right.
I got this. You know what I'm saying? It's larger market, you know, and everything. And I'm looking at other personalities who are more seasoned than me, who are in larger markets like Atlanta and stuff like that. I'm looking at them. I'm looking at what they doing. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do all of that. I'm gonna do all of that. And it didn't work out how I thought it was. And then I understood what it took for them to be doing the things they do. I understand, you know, that there's a team that was involved. I didn't have a team. You know what I mean? And so I had to humble myself and say, okay, there's a lot that comes with being a radio personality. You also have to be your own graphic designer. You have to be your own producer. You have to be, you know, your manager. You have to be, you got to manage the gigs, the hosting gigs, the DJ gigs. It's a lot that comes with it. And so that brought me back down to reality. Like, all right, you got a lot more work you need to do anyway before you can even handle that level.
So how long have you been in the radio industry?
This is year 11.
Okay.
Yeah, year 11.
That's a long time.
Yeah, December 1st be year.
So with having 11 years under your belt, like how does that feel for you? Like, do you feel like you have all those things you mentioned with all the different hats that you have to carry? Because I myself personally didn't know that a person had to do so much.
Yes. I can do it now. I'm able to do it now. I'm able to do it pretty good and not be stressed out about it. I think that's the biggest part. Is even after you learn how to do it, okay, how can you do it and not be stressed out about it?
Right.
How can you manage it to the point where you're able to continue a presence on social media? You know, able to continue to be creative enough to create fresh graphics. How can you do all of that, but then no, you got to go out and do this gig too, and just because you got to get up the next day, and you know you still got to go out and do that. You'll get home at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you got to get ready for the next day.
Right.
You know, so it took a minute, but good time.
Oh Lord, yes, because that sounds tedious. It sounds time consuming. It sounds stressful to have to do that on your own. Do you ever think you'll get to the point where you will have a team where they can, you know, kind of relieve some of that stress?
I don't know if I want a team.
Oh.
And not to say that I should, you know, will never have a team.
Right.
I've gotten so comfortable with knowing exactly what I want and being able to produce exactly what I want and not have to go back and forth. You know, it's like, okay, this is what I need to do. I'm going to take this time out. Right. That's done. I don't have to worry about it. I need to do this. Cool. That's done. I don't have to worry about it. That's done. I don't have to worry about it. Cool. Everything's good.
Okay.
So, not to say I won't ever have a team. I'm not that, ain't that naive.
Just not right now.
Yeah, I'm just not in a place now where it's necessary. But.
Okay. I know that you mentioned that you're a father. So let's kind of jump into the fatherhood mirror, if you don't mind. Okay. So as a father, how has raising your son shifted the way you see your own worth?
I don't know if I'm raising him, he raising me. To be honest. But no, it definitely makes me take a step back and think about where I'm putting my energy into. And I think that's the most important thing is valuing my energy and time. I can't spend it all in one area because I have to have that time and energy to be a father, to raise him, to give to him, whether it's, you know, giving him instruction on something, or if it's just me and him just we sitting there playing video games. Right. You know, or we going to the movies or whatever. That I have to have time and energy for him. So I value where it's spent a lot more as a father, especially now that he's older too.
Yeah. He's becoming a young man.
Yeah, he's 14. Talking about driving.
Whew. I have a 14-year-old daughter, so.
Yeah. he was talking about driving my car. I'm like, Walmart got some nice bikes.
Not some bike.
Yeah,
A bike.
we'll start there first. I ain't never seen you drive nothing.
You gotta teach him. You ain't gonna never see it if you don't teach him.
We'll start with a bike.
Oh Lord Jesus.
See you handle 2 wheels before we get fucked.
So do you feel like being a dad holds you to a different mirror than you've faced before?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to. I check myself a lot more as a father. Some mistakes you just can't afford to make.
Right.
And then when you do make some of those mistakes, you have to make sure that, okay, this ain't gonna never happen again.
Right.
Because I can't afford to make these mistakes and be a father at the same time, because these mistakes might take me away from that involuntarily. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
It definitely has, for sure.
So, with the long hours with work and always, kind of like being in the spotlight, how do you think he sees you when maybe you guys are out and they recognize you not as Nick, but Nick the kid? So how do you think he feels when he sees that?
When he was younger, like he was geeked about it. Like he was like, "Dad, I just heard you on the radio," and I remember I had him do a drop. I'm just saying like, "Hey, this is Foxie 105. Listen to Nick the Kid." So I had him say that in the mic, and I would play it. And I produced it, and I would play it. And he was riding in the car. He was like, "Dad, I heard myself. That's so cool." But he used to love coming to the radio station, stuff like that. Now he's just like, "I'm not that, bro."
That's just dad. It's just dad.
Yeah.
So what's one lesson about a value and identity you want to pass down to him?
Man, whatever your identity is as a man, whatever you do as an occupation should never change that.
Okay.
No matter whether it's an occupation or whether you are in the public eye or if it's not. Who you are at the core as a man and who you are, that it shouldn't change.
Right.
At all. And to always put value on yourself. In business, put value on yourself.
Right.
Charge what you're worth and put tax on
Yeah.
it. At all times. Never let anybody else make you feel like, oh well, well, you just starting out, or you're not that good. You should just like do it for free. Well, if I ain't that good, then why you want me to do it?
True. That is true.
So
Very true. So what is one thing you think your father passed down to you that you now value and you hold, kind of near and dear to yourself?
I would say his demeanor. Like he is a stone, like a rock. Like you can't shake him. And if you do, then like you did something. Like get far away.
Oh Lord.
Like run. Don't walk, run. But for the most
Calm before the storm, huh?
Yeah. For the most part, he say what he mean. He mean what he say, and he gonna say it with the straightest of faces, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. And I think I get that from him.
Okay.
It's like this is what it is. Did you understand? Cool. We can move forward. All right.
I think that's something I need to learn myself, because, Lord, it ain't no storm before the calm. It's just the storm. It's just the storm. So let's kind of move into your spiritual mirror. I don't know, your religious background, but when you have like a lot of social noise and you need to kind of ground yourself, whether that's nature spiritual or, your Bible or whatever that is, what does that look like for you?
Good question. I think when it comes to spirituality, I'll be honest with you, say I'm in a place where I'm still figuring it out. I'll give you a little bit of my background. I was born and raised as Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
There was a certain point where I think it was like 2021 where I got this fellowship from the kingdom. fellowship or excommunicated, some,
So kind of like an exile.
yeah, kind of
Okay.
thing like that. Not a don't ever come back type thing.
Okay.
But it's like there are steps that you need to take and repentance steps and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, to be honest with you, I didn't know if I really wanted to.
What did that do to your self-worth? How did you feel in the inside?
My self-worth, it was the same, but of course there were tough days.
Right.
It definitely caused a rift in relationship with my family that were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
So that, of course, was tough to deal with, but my self-worth didn't necessarily get affected. I didn't look at myself, like any less, you know what I'm saying? That's not, it definitely didn't affect that at all.
Right. So, if I had a mirror right here, right now, that could talk back to you, socially, spiritually, and even as a father, what do you think that mirror would reflect back?
That mirror, like, what would it say? Like,
Yeah. Just like if you
what would the mirror tell you about me? Or?
no, you're looking at the mirror. So what is it going to say back to you about all those things we just talked about? What do you think?
What do I think it was?
Kind of like, I want you to kind of like do like a self-reflection kind of thing.
It would say, you're doing better than you think. You're doing better than you think. Continue to do everything you can. Continue to do it at the highest level. No matter what arena you may be in, do it at your highest level.
I think some people probably try to run from that mirror. I really do, because I don't think a lot of people would kind of take that. I think they'll run from it. Yeah. So let's kind of move into an intimate reflection. Okay. Not trying to get too much in your personal business, but we already talked about the social mirrors. We talked about the faith. We talked about the father, and all that good stuff like that. So let's talk about love and worth. So, have you ever stayed in a relationship just because it made you feel worthy, even though deep down you knew that it wasn't even love?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna say worthy. I don't know if I can say worthy. I don't know if I ever stayed in a relationship to feel worthy of anything. Maybe lonely.
Okay.
Maybe that, but I've never stayed in a relationship. Well, no. There's a lot. That is a lot. I think I stayed in so I was married at one time. And I grew up in a two-parent household, and I wanted my son to as well. I knew there was a good possibility that it wasn't going to work out, and I will say not anything on her side. It was me,
Okay.
Me, this is 20-something-year-old. This 21-year-old Nick, or 21 through 28.
Okay.
They're a different guy. Put it like that. Different guy. But I think I did stay in it and force it because I wanted to offer my son the same thing I had. And so I think I would say that's probably the one relationship that I kind of did base a little bit of my self-worth on that.
Okay. So what do you think that kind of teach you about going forward with relationships and, still kind of looking in and checking in with yourself?
Going forward, I knew I had to get me together first.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Point blank period. I had to get me together. I still made some mistakes and got into some relationships not fully healed and matured and stuff like that. And, but I definitely was better. I would say I definitely was better than what I was. But ultimately, it just taught me that, okay, in order to be in a successful relationship, I first have to be whole with me.
Right.
All the way through.
Right.
And so now you know, in the relationship that I'm in now, I'm proving to myself that I did the work.
Good. That's good to hear.
So it's definitely a blessing for sure.
Yeah. So let's talk about vulnerability. You know, I know sometimes men don't even like to talk about their vulnerability.
I don't know that word. What's that?
You don't know what that is. So I want you to tell me as a man, what does vulnerability look like to you? Especially when it comes to like relationships.
Vulnerability. Man, vulnerability, it looks like allowing even your mate to see that emotion that you barely would want to let out, even if you were in a dark room by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, like I hate to cry.
Okay.
I hate to cry. No one when I cry, ugly cry.
Not the ugly cry.
Ugly.
Okay.
Ugly. But there was a situation where I lost a close. He wasn't even. I not even call him a friend. He was a brother.
Mm-hmm.
But he passed, and that it hit me. It hit me hard, and I just had to let it go.
Yeah.
Like I tried, I held it as long as I could, but I couldn't no more. So I'm, me and my girl, we just sit on the porch, ugly cry.
So you just had to let all that ugly out.
Lord.
So, I mean, I guess you about answered my next question is, do you feel safe or do you, feel like you have to portray being strong to show that vulnerability? But I guess she has made that space safe for you.
No, she definitely created a safe space for sure. Because, I mean, I could have gotten up and went into the other room, went in the bathroom, but it was what it was,
Right.
I felt safe. I didn't feel judged or anything like that. Still ain't something necessarily comfortable making a habit out of.
Right.
But if it gotta happen,
yeah, you can do it.
I know I can do it.
Yeah. So do you also in return make it a safe space for her?
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, she knows like there ain't nothing that we can't discuss. There ain't no emotion that you can't show. From sad to angry, embarrassed, whatever it is.
Right.
We can always have a conversation. There's always a safe space over here. There's no judgment. Like, I make that very clear.
Okay. So did that come with time of maturity, or is that something that's like always been rooted in you to make that safe space for your partner?
Definitely with time of maturity. Now, I'll say I've always been, one to be able to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And, if that involves a little crying and stuff like that, that's fine. Here's what the maturity part came in when I was the reason for the cry, for the anger, or whatever. Because there was one time when I'm the reason, okay, I don't necessarily want to hear that. I don't want to talk about it. But with time maturity came, it's like no matter what the reason is. And now, especially if I'm the reason, I want to talk about it. I want to know about it, So definitely, time maturity definitely.
Good. That's good. We all have to mature at some point.
Mm-hmm.
We all have to, grow up, because if not, baby.
Yeah.
Jesus. So let's move into talking about boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep your identity from being swallowed up by who you're with? Because, I hear a lot of people say, oh, I lost myself in that relationship. I wasn't who I was a couple years ago because I had to fit the shoe with this person.
My thing is, I'm going to show you who I am from top to bottom as soon as I possibly can.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to hide anything. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. Like, this is me. Figure out what you like and don't like. And be honest. You know,
Right.
I got tough skin. If it's not gonna work for you, understand. But just showing my true colors as quickly as possible, like that's how I do that. Because it's like, this is me. This is who I'm gonna be, and that person is not gonna change.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I am going to be as considerate to you and to that person as I possibly can.
Right.
But this is me at the core. This is who you got.
So do you think there's a line between loving somebody deeply and losing yourself? Like, do you feel like when those people say, you know, I lost myself, is it like, hey, are you kind of looking at yourself? Like, are you doing this just to people please? Like, do you think there should be a line?
I think if somebody lost themselves in a relationship, it wasn't about love. There was a point you were trying to prove a point.
Right.
What that point is could be several things. But it had nothing to do with love.
Yeah. So let's get into growth. What's one lesson in an intimate relationship that taught you about your love values and something you had to learn the hard way?
Intimately, something I had to learn the hard way. Paying attention to you.
Okay.
In my marriage, I wasn't paying attention
Right.
until afterwards, when I was trying to do the healing and you know, after the separation and everything. I'm looking back on things. I'm like, I didn't catch that yet. The signs were there, but I didn't catch that. And so now you know, if you ask my girlfriend, I pay attention to everything, from the smallest to the biggest, like everything. You know, even if I'm not sure, it's like, what's that look on her face? You all right? You good? Baby, all right? Okay, cool. I'm just checking. But paying attention to your partner and learning them,
Right.
is, I think, my biggest area of growth in relationships.
Right. So before we kind of wrap everything up, I do want us to kind of do like a takeaway, if you would. What's one truth about self-worth that you wish somebody had told you sooner?
Self-worth has absolutely nothing to do with how other people look at you. It has nothing to do with what you can do for other people.
Right.
What can you do for yourself? How do you truly feel about yourself? Regardless of if the world says we don't value you.
You know, for me, it's more so, I kind of wish that they kind of like taught me to kind of put me first, because I know I did a lot of things just to please other people.
Right.
And it wasn't so much so that they can like me or so I can fit in. It's just, I just thought that was, you know, the right thing to do, or, you know, I just thought it was love. So if it made you happy, then, you know, I felt like, oh, I should be happy. But, and like you mentioned earlier about maturity, it took a lot of maturing for me to be like, you know what, it's going to be about me. If you like it, you do. If you don't, who cares?
Right.
Don't nobody care, because I don't.
Right.
And I hate that it takes so much growth and so much time to pass for someone to realize that. And I know I try to teach my children now, if somebody don't like you, it's okay. Move on. You'll be fine. And I'm hoping that by me doing that in their younger years, they don't have to go through what I went through for so many years.
And they're gonna have to go through it a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, because it's gonna take losing that friendship or whatever relationship with that one person that you put on this pedestal.
Right.
Just put high on a pedestal. And then losing that relationship or them walking away from you for whatever the reason is.
Right.
And then you still having to feel good about yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That is really, really true. Now, at the end of my segments, I like to kind of leave my viewers with something to sit with or to journal. I'm going to go out the way to kind of do something different today. And I'm going to let you leave them with something to sit with.
I was prepared for this one.
See, that's what we do over here. We put you on the spot.
This is something for them to, I guess, write about?
Yeah, something like to reflect on, something to journal on. And what I like to call it is something to sit with.
Okay. Okay. I'll say this. The world inside of you will shape the world outside of you. That could mean a couple things to different people, but for me, what that means is the power of your thoughts will shape will shape your life. So, I think I just said this to my girlfriend. I think early this week or last week. She's an overthinker, which I am too sometimes. But I told her, I was like, if you can overthink negatively, you can overthink positive. You're in control of the negative or the positive.
Right.
So control your thoughts, think positive, and see how that works out for you.
So let's sit with your thoughts. That's what it sounds like. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure you talk positive to yourself. Give yourself those positive affirmations. And if you need a rewind to listen to what he said so that you can sit down and journal it, hey, let's do that. Because this week, I think we hit on some good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. I do want to thank you all for joining with us today. And I hope to see you all next week as well.
Conversation, the body recalls what the mind buried. Letting off flow with no filters.
Hey, it's your boy, Mickey Kid, man. Listen, I just got to get a great episode. My good friend, Lady Blue, on Blue Notes and Body Talk. It will be up, but all episodes are up. So make sure you log on to YouTube, all social media platforms. Like, share, subscribe, and don't miss out on the dope and deep conversations.
Therapeutic session, so